Let's get ready to rumble! Okay, welcome. Hello there. What am I doing?
Hi.
Hello, welcome to the TU Animation Industry Club podcast. Your one-stop shop for animation news, reviews, and other related stuff.
Yep.
Great start. Okay.
Yes.
My name is Murat. I am your host for today, and joining us for today we have whichever direction. Okay, you go first. Introduce yourself.
Just my name?
Yeah, your name, and you can also mention your social media.
My name's Adrian.
Hey, I'm Jared Salazar, voice actor at KSalazarVA312 at Twitter, if you can find it.
Okay, name's Naomi. Instagram is Sylvie2_DQ.
It's your boy Skittlez and my YouTube is just Skittlez. What is the at the end?
I'm Logan.
Hello, my name is Kene. That is Kene, and I am I'm an actor, a writer, a voice actor, a cartoonist, etc., etc. And my Instagram is Kene for real. All right, so
Alright.
I'm Alina. YouTube on our Twitter is under6465917 artist animator. Yeah. Hi, I'm Jay. I'm also an artist. I want to be an animator. Yeah, I make cartoons as well. My Instagram is at Jelly_fish_girl11. Everything's lowercase. Nice to meet you.
My name's Tamara. My Instagram is at Skittlez, and on there you can find my link tree, which has all my other social medias. And great to be here.
Right, Logan, did we do you?
Yes.
I'm Logan. I'm a writer and director. I don't really have any social media, so yeah.
Get one eventually. Your audience demands it. They love you.
Yeah, they really love you, kid.
Yes. Okay. So. Okay. So for today's topic, we'll be discussing about what makes a good character design. What do you guys think?
Okay, for me, so what makes a good character design is, I'd say the visuals and, basically just expressing the nature behind your character, behind their personality, and also their motivation, all that stuff. What do y'all think?
Well, I think with character design, I think the two fun and also the most big aspects of them is the two concepts I see with it is appeal and just the character itself.
That's basically what I just said.
Yeah, what I think a good character design does is you're supposed to look at the character and immediately know what they're all about, like what their personality is, and what their motivations might be. It's also visually appealing.
Yes, appeal, which is usually on the surface level, just how if the character themselves look well appealing to the viewer, and as much as they fit into the series, book, etc. as it is, but also not only appealing, but also does the design itself fit for the character's personality, its flaws, likes, dislikes.
So yeah, you in the yellow shirt. What do you think of my character designs?
I guess it would be do you post your stuff on social media so that the audience can also see as well, get a general idea?
Well, I don't usually post my stuff on my work on social media that much, but because I'm still kind of thinking what I should do with that.
Well,
it's a project now.
Well, you're okay. Well, eventually, when you do show it, and when the audience takes a look at it, it's kind of very. It reminds me a lot of like the old timey cartoons, like Yogi Bear, Top Cats, the classics that are really play on like boomerangs. So it's definitely got a nostalgic feeling.
Yeah, I kind of based it off on that a bit. With the hats and the colors without shirts and stuff.
Yeah. So okay, so a good character that I think has really good design is the character from Samurai Jack, the main character.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got he's made of like various squares, very sharp angles.
Professor in Alpha.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no boss
That's
though.
true.
It certainly fits the character and it fits the design as well.
Yeah, and I love his like white gi because it really suits
A
him.
lot of his enemies have a very different color palette. Not only does it look very nice in the shot, but it also has a diametrically opposed to the people he's fighting.
Yeah, like Aku. So like how Aku is all black and Samurai Jack's main color is white. There's that contrast there, and it's really cool.
Some of those classic story story beats, good versus evil, very easy to understand, very easy to digest.
Yeah, the whole yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, anyone want to share their designs of their characters, or do I call this?
I am currently working on it. This is just sketches, but not the first.
I have a few, but I don't really have many of them right now.
It's a good podcast, exactly.
Okay.
Let's see if I could. Is there any way I could like pass it around to people, or who wants to?
That's it.
I can see the demo of Yogi Bear.
There you go.
Look how it's come from Tom and Jerry.
No, it's that one cat. I don't remember his name. It's not Tom and Jerry.
Kind of
It's
reminds me
another
of Fritz the Cat.
Oh yeah. So okay, basically this is just a new character, and it's not really a cat.
It's a raccoon.
No, it's
Oh,
not.
it's a Dinsmore.
Yes. Wait. You know about Binturons?
Mm-hmm. I heard of them.
Oh. Huh. So yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Okay, so alright, let's see if I have the synopsis here. Okay. Want to read it like this? Or
Okay, I guess while you guys are looking over that, we'll try to do at least segue back into other topics with the character design. Say for instance,
Did I write this
how does
for?
the audience affect
For this guy?
the design of the characters? Like for instance, when there was the new Powerpuff Girls reboots, they really took Professor Utonium and really softened up his edges.
I was not happy with that.
Yeah,
They softened up everything in that show,
look at
actually.
how they
Yes,
changed
I mean,
designs.
to be granted, I guess for what the new tone they were going for, it makes sense. I ain't saying it's good, but it does fit with what the tone it was going for with it. Now that basically 2016 was essentially more of a softer, lighthearted version about the action. Obviously, to make the characters a bit more rounder and more soft. Design-wise, it makes sense, and it helps it be more appealing. Of course, it's a whole other topic about the quality and such, but in terms of the actual design-wise, it does fit.
The bean milk.
We're focusing on the demographic.
Yes.
Nostalgia.
Well,
I mean, they,
well,
it's the
well,
Powerpuff Girls.
well,
all these
I
things.
wouldn't say that as it's more. Well, it's more of
I
a.
think it's.
I think it's more of a. It's one of those things. It's kind of like almost how, for example, like the Disney reboots are, where it's like they try to be like we're going to be for a new generation, while also trying to get the nostalgia thing for the original fans. They're trying to do two things at once, and you end up doing nothing. That's what ends up.
Kind of pruning both things that you're trying to do.
Yeah, that's what essentially happens when you try to do two things.
Not only are you creating bad art, bad writing, you're just ruining the original
there's no appeal for
legacy of
anyone.
the art. So that appeals to
because the main appeal of Powerpuff Girls was it was a juxtaposition of two innocent girls that can fight crime and are just they love violence. That's the
They took a lot of time to actually the new one.
It's funny because like in both, I guess like 2016 and the now canceled CW series, it's literally opposite, where one's going way just to the slice of life, the comedy aspect, but just comedy, and you have the other one that's just plain violence, and you see neither of them work because the whole purpose is that you need both of them for it to be powerful. You can't have one or the other.
I mean, I think maybe it was because it might have been because the influence of the show We Bare Bears that may have been pushing Cartoon Network in a kind of sort of cutesy direction. Because after when that show aired, it's that show, and then they did We Baby Bears, and then after that they started like
It wasn't really that good.
what other show?
We Bare Bears still had a tad bit of good writing. It still had some writing that
We
reminded.
I think. Well, the thing is with We Bare Bears is I think also.
But it wasn't always cute. Like they had some themes that kind of reminded me of regular show where it would go from 0 to 100 to action and death, almost to death scenes. And I think that it was pretty good in the beginning, but yeah, it did start to get a bit formulaic and a bit too repetitive after, like I think maybe season 3 and so, and it did start to lose its edge on that. And then when you said Baby Bears came out, it kind of just kept going down.
I mean, I would say at the very least with We Bare Bears, it being at least its own original thing as well. I think that's kind of the key aspect here, where it's like it kind of has its own chance to grow. So you got a little bit more. There's a bit more, I think, interesting conversation. It's a little bit more levied in terms of I guess in comparison, let's say something that's like lighthearted and soft, but it's not the more so original, but it's like just taking a previous property and just kind of let's just switch the tone, which, as history has shown, that has either good or bad effects. And while I mean, I guess anything's depending on execution, that's the key thing. Most of the times especially nowadays, you see most of the time when they try to reboot or bring back an old IP, it's mainly just because of name recognition.
I see. I kind of have something about, reboots.
Well, yeah, say your opinion about the reboots.
No, I'm talking about like something I just worked. I just do this.
One of them to read it
The
out
original prompt,
Okay,
can
so
deduce an audience very clearly.
All right,
from
let's-
its character design. So if you're going to want a childish audience, you can have it a lot less edges, a lot more curved, brighter colors. But if you're looking for a more serious, darker tone for a more mature audience that can have more nuance in the character design, more detail, a little bit more of a gritty art style.
Okay. So, anyways, Humphrey Benturong's thoughts on 2020's spinoffs. Looney Tunes and Spice coming soon to HBO Max. Okay, yet another animated series based off an already existing franchise. It's not like Hollywood can think of anything fresh and original nowadays. So.
Humphrey's his character.
What was that again? Oh, Humphrey.
Come on, I've
Was
shown
it from
you.
like the classic Looney Tunes, or?
No, I've shown you this character before.
Oh,
remember?
that character. Okay.
So, what do you think?
I think it's alright. I think he turned out alright.
No, I mean about this whole thing about cartoons rebooting. I just read about.
Yeah, I mean it's an obvious cash grab, but I'm kind of happy with at least seeing something new. Like recently on maybe it was Hulu or HBO Max, the Looney Tunes reboots.
Looney Tunes or was it Animaniacs?
Animaniacs did have a reboot.
Yeah.
That was on Hulu.
But yes, so Tiny Toons Adventures now has a reboot. They put out 10 episodes, and what they changed quite a bit.
Yeah, they did change. I mean, they changed like a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Tiny Toons. Okay, so the one thing that made Tiny Toons stand out to shows in the 90s was their variety, economically. Yeah, their quick wit and some clever slapstick and stuff. Yeah. And each character had like their own side stories too.
Yes, but I guess maybe they should. I suppose they wanted to go in a different direction with Tiny Toons. Like now they go to college, and for some reason they chose to make Buster and Bugs Bunny brother and sister.
I know. Yeah, because they used to be like a boyfriend and girlfriend, and they just chose to make Buster and Babs twins for some reason. I mean, does that mean Mickey and Minnie are like cousins?
No, they're not doing. They're not doing that yet. They're still keeping Mickey and Minnie at romantic interest.
Yeah, but why change Buster and Babs for?
I don't know. I guess maybe they didn't want to continue with like the romantic tones that they kept in the old show, or I don't know. I guess they just wanted to change that for some reason.
Potentially, that's too fun. Like, do they really want to just be different? Or change
I mean,
some dynamics in this?
Well, to be honest, it would have. It also would have worked in the 90s too with them being siblings, but come on. I mean, why change something successful?
Change designs, this change and things that get stale or competitive. That being said, switching things up also.
Yeah, to be honest, in my opinion, it's kind of a hit or miss reboot.
It's definitely hit or miss. I mean, for example, Call of Duty reboot is a great seller. I personally don't enjoy it, but I'm also very good. But that's games we're talking about. Animation. Speaking of which, we kind of lost the plot.
Yeah, if you ask me, I think Animaniacs was kind of the Animaniacs reboot was kind of better than Tiny Toons reboot. A bit,
I'm gonna go.
Okay, thanks for coming out.
Yeah, see ya.
Alright, see you later. Okay, so continuing from where we left off. Okay, when designing a character, what factors should be considered in terms of their personal traits and abilities?
I think whether or not you want to show those traits or have those traits, because you can like sort of do what pop girls do, like show like they're very cute and adorable, but like inside they're actually like very violent and stuff like that. Or you can just be upfront and go like, okay, this is a very violent person, like crazy and insane. I mean, personally, I like to go with the illusion of cute but dangerous or dangerous but cute.
Yeah.
I would say, like, when it comes to just like showing personality traits and such for character traits, you can, in many ways, I think the main ones I think of that is come to mind is usually their props or like items of the character themselves, and also in other ways, mainly like which is also tied to it is like silhouette, and that also connects to shape design, and like for example, if you have like a character wearing like big gloves and has very scrappy clothing, and easily with something like just something as simple as that, you can kind of get an idea of like what this character is like. Oh, okay, so they're kind of like they're like a fighter type, but again, there's a lot of other combinations maybe you can like, especially character posing, for example, which like how they are drawn or at least their pose, because they could have that, but maybe they can be in a more timid position, which that could be okay. So maybe this character is like fighter type, but maybe they don't really like to. They're very shy, and that's always something to keep in mind. And I think the difficulty, but also just
wait, are we talking about Avatar right now? About fire types?
No, I'm talking about just how you can use like the character design, how that you can like, use it, for example. Like,
okay, can you be honest with me? Is this a good character design?
I would say the first thing is it's like a good thing to showcase is like again poses, and maybe even like if they have any clothing or just some like accessory on there that can like read anything. If looking at this pose, I mean like for your character here, very mischievous, at least from his facial expression. I think definitely, like I said, I think something like simple as well, because there's also like stylish in there, which that kind of varies from person to person, of course. But I think definitely for this example here, the key selling point to like read the character is definitely like expression, and at least here with that being the key thing that I'm getting is that's where I'm like at least getting a solid idea of what this character is, which is like he's a very mischievous guy who likes to blow things up. He likes to cause some trouble.
I mean, did you actually like read the synopsis before?
Well, what I'm trying to like kind of get across is that like if it's like if you can, because the whole thing is like not really more like you want to like more so show and tell, and that's at least what I'm like just kind of just semi focusing on right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
And how about this one?
I mean, I'll take a quick. Yeah, I can give some opinions on the character design.
Yeah, if anyone else wants to say it, dive into, I guess. They want to dive in. I think I've said my piece. To anyone else here who also has similar expertise or even a different outlook.
So I had an idea that I asked you.
You're all good.
I guess proportion is what we're trying to go for. Especially when it comes to like, because before I sort of looked into proportion, a lot of my characters look the same, so it's kind of hard to tear everybody apart. I mean, like I had certain like little details and things, but on proportion. Because when I was making my gods and goddesses, I wanted them to be like, well, you know, they're irresistible to God, they have a peak physique, and I had to learn how to be absolute. Not absolute, but like pretty good proportions and muscles and like that.
Which right back almost kind of interconnecting the end of posing and such. So definitely, yeah.
So, okay, be honest with me. What do you think is better, the first or second? The top or bottom?
So, to comment about like what good character design is, there has to be like a consistency. So things like the fur of the animal, like you need to be able to identify that character through his silhouette. So, for instance, if you were to block out the whole character, and not see his color. Like, if you were to see Bugs Bunny from, like, a mile away, you should be able to identify him because of, like, his,
You mean, see the color?
No, not his color, but, like, you should be able to identify him by his shape.
Just by, like, his actual silhouette, like, his big ears, even like his gesture. Maybe, like, potentially having the carrot in his mouth.
Oh, really? So, you mean tell me you can't identify this?
Well...
There needs to be like a bit of an exaggeration.
That's kind of where the whole like posing aspect I said was coming in, or like tying into like you can exaggeration.
Oh, you guys want exaggeration? Then try to look at this.
Like say for instance, The Amazing World of Gumball. The way Gumball is designed, he's got like a giant head, and it's just like. It seems like right around his, like, I guess his torso.
It's just like a giant round
thing.
Just lumpy. Like, they didn't have to make it that way. It could have just been like a stick body, but they seem to pick that as a design choice.
Oh, yeah?
No, it's not. He is a big boy.
Yeah, like...
No, because you know what? How some episodes when Gumball...
Because it's blurred. Yeah.
Wait, what episode?
You know when like Gumball is like has the clothes on, it's pixelated.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes like in one of the episodes, did this game called like Dr. Butt or something, where it just showed like nothing but the butts acting like doctors.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the dude.
Yeah.
More like a pose a question on this one here. Character design. How would it change if the character's role in the story would change? For example, we see Zuko in Avatar, beginning of season 1, where he's listed mad, angry, and at the end of it, a lot more
Calm.
in
At
control of
peace.
himself. At peace, perfect. But how would an animator go about showing that change?
Well, at that point, this is kind of, with most process, of course, you'll have a lot of like tests and of course different ranges of how to go about the character. And also, especially with something like specifically showing character progression and change, if we're gonna let's see with Avatar, for example, with something that's story driven, there's definitely like a little more other factors to consider, because of course, character is the obvious one, but then there's also such as environment, I would say, is also something to keep in mind. As in for Zuko, definitely let's say with book 1, book 2, definitely more with his Fire Nation, he was more so donned in like Fire Nation armor, and most of the Fire Nation armor very sharp, very jagged, matched with his hair as well. And which I think is really good, because it showcases a bit of the culture of the Fire Nation, but it also coincides with his personality at the time. And then of course, as it progressed, you do kind of see him not wearing as much, yet he does still like don certain features of the Fire Nation, such as like still the red colors, but he's obviously, you see his hair more flowing down, which is a little bit rounder, and that kind of continues onwards. And even when he kind of has his his Fire Nation outfit when he becomes I'm blanking out. No, Fire Lord.
Yes.
Yeah, when he becomes the Fire Lord, it still kind of has those traits, but you can definitely see again, it's a little bit more mellowed out colors, and especially again, it's very in contrast where he's not angry and such. And there's other things that kind of help elevate that, mostly in his performance with, of course, Dante Bosco. Great voice. Phenomenal. Great job as his work as Zuko. Of course.
Bosco, who's that?
That's the voice of Zuko. That's the voice actor of Zuko. And even animators as well, in terms of his demeanor and even his reactions and such. It's a whole process where it's this is where, especially things that with Avatar, you kind of see a lot of things coming together to really overall make him the good character that he is. Aside from beyond just character design, but voice acting, animation. So.
You can also use Miles Morales actually, because if you see in the first part of the movie, Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes.
Is it Into?
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse. You're right.
Yeah, the FPS for Miles is a lot.
Yes.
So
Yes, you're right. He's animated.
Yeah,
that is correct.
I forgot what FPS it was, but you can see Peter on a better FPS.
I think he's on
Is that
one.
Yeah, he's on
Yeah,
one. He's
on
on ones.
Yeah, you can see how Miles was a little more choppy, but at the end of the movie,
He gets more smooth.
Yeah.
That is a very good example as well, and I think also a very, very smart way to do it.
Going back to the Zuko's design, I would say they changed up his color palettes to make Zuko a little bit softer as a character. Like the outfits that he's wearing, compared to in the beginning, he was wearing darker clothing that was more menacing. But as he changed to be more like his mentor, Bullseye, was it?
Oh, Iroh.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Became
man,
his
belly
father
goes into the
figure.
prison,
Yeah.
gets jacked as hell.
He wanted to be more like him, so he became a little bit more softer. The way how he was acting was a lot more softer as well. He was less angry, so he finally learned to let go and show more understanding. And when he's talking,
Anything else? You want to move on?
Yeah, we can talk about something else.
Are we still on character design?
Yeah, I mean, we can change the topic if you have like a suggestion for something.
Maybe okay. So we can still be on like character designs, but maybe we could do like the voice that suits the character, or their also their motive in their design, and then.
I would say, well, I guess the voice is picked after when the character is designed. But I guess in some
Normally, you would have a shot of a character or just a general picture of the character. And, God willing, also have like minute details saying he's either confident or he has this kind of accent or he has this kind of diction. And the voice actors or the people trying to audition for the character will use what's the information given and audition from that.
Okay, so you're a voice actor, aren't you?
Yeah.
All right. So let's see if you can like all right, let's see if you can voice these two
What
characters.
does he want?
All right, just look at just look at him for a second and see
I think here's
and see what kind of voice
it puts it to the test.
Yeah,
for
just
the
puts it to
design.
the test what she said.
Like when you look at the character, what do you think his personality be and what you think would warrant for the voice?
Okay, so for the audience here, we have a rather innocent chipmunk interacting with, let's say, a roguish fox with something that's totally not a bomb, in which our eponymous main character, Mr. Fox, does lunch with Churchill Chipmunk. Not an issue, Churchill. The sooner the henhouse explodes, the sooner we get a smorgasbord of 11 herbs and spices. Are you sure about that, Finster? As you can see, through just character design alone, you can infer a lot about character.
Okay.
But that's going through
how about this one?
amateur.
all right, that was pretty good. That
Yeah.
felt pretty
Really
spot on.
exciting.
Alright, so
Awesome, awesome.
we have yet another comment of
All right.
which character is this?
Okay.
Is this Humphrey
So
as well?
yes, this is Humphrey Winterong.
This is Humphrey, my associate's one of my associate's original characters, seeing a very delightful damsel on the street. It begins with a ring-a-ding-ding and love at first sight. And the woman, of course, has to ask, "Do I know you?" And he comes in and says, "Hey there, beautiful. How about I show you to the nearest bar for a cocktail or two?" Well, not exactly, but I know for a fact that we might be a perfect match for each other.
Oh shit!
And just in time, I do apologize. We'll fix that on post.
Smash the table.
Humphrey Binturong's partner has seen him cavorting with a damsel and says, "I'd like to have a word with you, mister."
The table okay?
Is the table changing?
I don't
Don't
know,
worry,
I'm a fencer
table.
too.
The table
I mean,
is-
it's
Don't-
fine.
Don't worry,
That was like a
it's not a
that was like a
sensitive
gunshot.
table. Don't worry.
Is the
Shh,
microphone?
it's okay, table.
Well, no,
The bad
are
man
you-
won't hurt you no more.
The bad man.
no,
Did a-
you're a
did the
bad
mic-
table, you're a naughty
that
table.
might become a mic.
Well, distortion-wise, it's screwed, but I mean, you could fix it.
Yeah, I
And
can
the
like
table
edit
will
it.
do you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can bring the game down.
Wasn't into that.
Okay, now you just got it all in there.
We have a few more short skits, primarily two, with the eponymous Humphrey Binturong in internet spam. Primary social inbox. Wait a minute. Spam, 10,000 kilograms. Yes. Click. Now, to give a mental image to the viewers, all of a sudden, Humphrey's laptop explodes with a legitimate 10-kilogram can of spam, in which he is wholly crushed with a giant thud and asks, "Oh, anyone happen to have a 10-kilogram jar of mayo?"
Enjoying that.
It's experience, right? Alright, the second sketch is Humphrey Gets Catfish. "Hey there, kid. Why don't I show you to the Italian joint across the street so you can talk over the tiramisu?" And this darling delightful lady turns around to have the widest mustache in Alaska. And he responds with, "Ah, never mind. I just remembered. I'm already taken." And the catfish says, for the course.
Woo! That was good!
My socials are not properly made up, so check the Discord if you
Yeah, it's fine. I'm sorry, but I kind of have like one more for you to like.
One more script?
Yeah, one more script.
Where did you post your socials?
I'll send them here, but I don't have them properly set up. More so the Twitter one that I said earlier in the podcast is mostly used for
Sorry.
Bazinga.
or searching for auditions.
Searching for an
So it's a two-person, maybe I'll also get
Go ahead.
just for like...
Okay.
Just like... Okay, so,
Which character do you want?
I'll do the girl character.
Okay, go
Oh, Humphrey, you know what happens when two people get caught under the mistletoe? Let me give you a little hint.
We're playing guessing games now. What happens? We did that out of line, or we did that out of order, but it's fine. We'll fix it.
Merry Christmas, Humphrey.
And Happy New Year, too. Happy holidays, ladies and gentlemen. 2021.
Don't remind me.
Now, moving on from that little tangent on boys, what else do we have in character design?
Okay, how does the target audience influence character designs decisions? Did we?
I mean, or at least we addressed
We addressed
the
something
key
like that.
pointers as to what determines that.
Okay, how do you strike a balance between creating visually appealing characters and ensuring their design aligns with the overall narrative or artistic style of the project?
Alright, jokes aside.
I think when at least a good design, a balance is like kind of having a character be simple enough that you can be super flexible with it.
So, what about my characters?
I mean, there's definitely the flexibility out there, but they're kind of like, I guess with the anthro, so you can only do anthro stuff. But
As B-Stars pointed out, that's not true anymore.
I mean, I don't disagree with this.
Yes. But okay, so characters that are given like flexibility, like Finn from Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Because even though he's a hero, he's been allowed to kind of go off just heroing and just do like.
Being a kid.
Being a kid, select stuff.
Yeah, and
Oh,
time
flexibility.
and
You mean like three-dimensional kind of thing?
No, not that sort of three-dimensional. I just mean
flexibility.
Like personality.
Flexibility in terms of like not only like
How do you use the character? If you want to use him as a foil for the viewing motion, if you want him to push the plot, just achieve that.
Yes. I mean, he's not given any armor. He just seems like, with the silly hats, he just seems like a fun character.
who's not afraid to take his bruises and his cuts like full head on. He'll continue to like be a hero despite how beaten up he is. And
Let's not forget, he's also humble for having that glorious head of hair just covered by that one hat.
And then cutting it a few times throughout the show.
It always goes back.
And then he ends up cutting it again.
The eternal cycle.
Yeah.
Okay, so so are we talking about character development or what?
No, what is the balance of of a good character design?
Oh yes, so basically their personality.
Would it be expressiveness and simplicity in design?
Yes.
Yeah. That can help because usually if the more simplistic it is, then you have more wiggle room to actually, in terms of breaking the rules, which is what Adventure Time does, in order to emphasize a lot more on its comedic aspects.
Like another character that was made simplistic was Gone from Hunter x Hunter or Hunter x Hunter. So I heard that the author intentionally made Gone a lot more simpler design compared to everyone else, was because I think he wanted him to have the flexibility.
To be fair, what a drama.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, if you give somebody a Victorian dress with 1,000,001 folds, that's gonna suck.
I mean, tell that to the guy who created Berserk.
Berserk.
Rest in peace, my man. Because
as a grandiose Berserk fan, please, if you haven't read it, and if you have read it, warn the people who haven't, because it gets screwed up in different parts.
But the art is gorgeous.
The art is transcendental.
I don't know how he did it, but
How screwed up we talking here?
oh, it's
I'm not answering that question.
Yeah,
because
you-
the internet can for me.
yeah.
And I'm also not going to.
You want to find out, but with caution.
Just
You want to
the
find,
horse
you want to
from
find
Berserk.
out the type of, like, literally just open the opening page of the entire manga. That's that basically.
No,
sums
he
up
was
what
just
you can
having
do.
sex. That's like
Oh,
not
well, we've gone that far. Alright.
But that
Alright.
is a good example. That is just like the tip of the iceberg of what to expect.
Alright,
from
I'm
that
backing
series.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe that's an indicator we should move on to the
We're
next.
talking about Berserk.
Yeah.
That's going from us R-rated stuff to something.
Wait,
Oh, it's
no,
on
Berserk.
now? Stand away.
Berserk.
It's like one of the greatest manga ever written.
Debatable.
Yeah,
Speaking of which,
Yes.
And we don't talk about the 2016 one. I heard that one was divisive.
oh, you're
It
right.
was
The
awful.
1990s anime.
Yeah,
The
the
90s
97.
anime is
97,
great.
that's what I'm referring to.
Yeah, the 90s anime is great.
Yeah, with all the cell animation, RIP.
But yeah, continue.
So, how to stay up to date with current trends and techniques in character design? Are there any resources or communities you recommend for fellow designers interested in expanding their knowledge in this field?
Don't be afraid to honestly try different programs out there. Just as much as everyone knows at this point, oh, Adobe's the standard, and that's the one you should learn base. Which, yeah, you should, but don't let that stop you from trying other things, because you never know. Adobe might be will pull in a Unity.
Unity.
Another Unity.
They shot themselves in the foot.
So you never know. So honestly, you're kind of better off don't be afraid to try different things, because you never know at this point. And you'll learn sometimes I would say limitations on some of the softwares kind of get you to think outside the box and think of other techniques that might be useful for you.
That makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Like, if you want to learn character design, I would really recommend checking out Steven Silver's Academy. He was a character designer who worked on Kim Possible, Clerks, a few other shows. No. There was a cartoon. There was like 10 episodes, but it seems like everybody talks about it. For some reason, they didn't make any more episodes.
Did it get canceled?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it didn't get renewed to make more episodes. I think there was also like a licensing thing where like the company that owns Clerks doesn't want them, or they're not willing to relinquish the rights so that the original creator can have the rights to the show and make more episodes. So,
Interesting.
yeah, I think I heard it from like a YouTube video. I can't remember where. Definitely somebody did like a whole talk about the history of Clerks, the animated series. So the website is like Steven Silver Academy. It's a really great resource.
Wait,
if you want to
Steven
learn.
Spielberg?
Steven Silver.
Same wishes.
Yes.
Probably gonna go one more question and we'll probably head out. Well, yeah.
We're an hour away.
So,
You need an hour?
It's almost been two.
I mean, I guess that was sort of
Wait,
like
you live in
the,
DC?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, man, it's great. It's just long as
Wait, where are you
I
from?
see.
Silver Spring.
Oh,
hey,
Yo, let's go.
Silver Spring?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
let's go! Yeah!
I'm from Montgomery County.
Yes!
Let's go!
Yeah!
A lot of
We're
us.
also fixing that in post, ladies and gentlemen. So if it's all distorted, that is our
Isn't
fault.
that one of the most populated counties in Maryland? Montgomery
Yes, and it's
County.
still an hour-long drive. You think population has to do with it?
Yeah.
Commute?
Nah.
Semi-hour on
It is on our
Wait,
long
where
drive.
from? Where in Montgomery County? What town?
On the
Well, technically Bethesda now, but
I'm in Gaithersburg too.
Say your name. Oh yeah. So where can I find you?
Wow, what a way to start off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is your first curse word for the night.
Yeah.
Wait, first word.
Yeah.
Hey, you said shit. Yeah, don't worry, we're all adults.
Yeah.
Are we though?
Oh, you're right. I'm not an adult. All right. You have a note for something I can write in?
As well, not really, but I could just put it down on my.
Actually, I need my computer.
Sure.
I'm gonna use my Discord for it. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My laptop is being used for the script of this delightful podcast. I need a mouse.
I need
The
everything.
greatest thing about having a laptop is having a mouse installed anywhere.
Wait, is it scripted?
A little bit. I tend to make a script.
I think it's
to kind of like,
I think it's organized to like help us like lead into like different
are you on
processes,
Discord?
but-
Yes, I am.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I also have some other things.
I would definitely love to hear everybody's opinions on just like what would you guys like to talk about for next week's recording.
I'm honestly good with that.
Get people excited for the next podcast.
All right, what's
I
going on
mean,
in this
do we even have
podcast?
viewers yet?
Well, I'm kind of open to suggestions because the reason why we did character design this week was because one of the members actually suggested it. So
Okay, so overall, what do you guys think of my designs of my character?
I probably recommend maybe something more with audio. Maybe like a little, maybe more, actually more depth with this second, because I think that is a very interesting aspect.
oh yeah.
What?
Definitely can get some more.
Well, that is if I
At least-
can get here.
well, fair.
Unfortunately,
Fair.
Actors Anonymous. Oh yeah, Actors Anonymous requires me next Thursday for this.
Fair enough. So that's probably something.
Yeah, I saw that
Maybe
on
editing,
Instagram,
composing, music potentially, like other just similar aspects.
I mean, I can add the music later.
I like that.
Well, I mean, as like a.
Well, yes. I mean that little bit that we did earlier
acting.
for voice acting, we can.
Or maybe like
It's
just
just
more
like with
in,
script.
maybe like more in depth about it, like,
Okay.
and then it can maybe tie into like maybe
Oh.
like script writing. Like,
We could do like a whole like talk about what makes good voice acting.
yeah.
That's a good idea.
Or maybe like a little practice. Maybe you can have like everyone do a little voice acting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe get a character or maybe assign someone like
I
a
thought it was
character,
like that,
and then they can make their own like version what they think that
I thought it
said
was-
character should sound like.
Okay.
It's like a little fun exercise to do.
I actually never seen this model before.
All right. We got a plan for next
Yeah.
week. Next week we're doing voice acting. Doing like a voice acting.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I'm waiting for! That's what it's all about! Woo!
Are you done with the script?
Yeah, I'm done with the script. Okay,
Would
so
you like
now,
to close this out?
yes.
So
So-
that's all, folks.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if this is on YouTube and possibly Spotify. Yes. Thank you and good night.